Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Trappist. This is a game that you can find on Steam for about 15 bucks. So I was given a press key this morning. I messed around with it for about 30 minutes or so, and it's just not for me based on what I've played. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm just simply saying that there are other games in this genre that are a bit more polished and fine-tuned that I would rather play than this one. But like I said, I'm not trying to knock the game too hard. It's just a personal opinion. Upper right hand corner is an options menu. I'm just going to go ahead and show you that real quick. It does everything needed and then some, which is good. I mean, you can even adjust the menu scale, in-game UI scale. That's pretty impressive considering that, I know it's weird I'm saying that it's impressive, but you'd be surprised how many games I come across, how many indie games I come across that don't allow you to adjust the scale of the screen. I have poor eyesight and I typically need a larger view of everything. I need everything blown up, and this helps with that. So I do appreciate that, which is good. And then there's also other video settings here and so on. Okay, so what is this game about? Well, based on what I've played so far, when you create a new game, you can choose 3 different difficulties, but the game plays the same. It's just whether or not you want to start with a whole bunch of resources or just a normal amount or fewer resources. Nothing else about the game changes. So it's just whether or not you start off easy or not. It is all that determines. Everything else is the same regardless of what start you choose. Once you actually get into it, though, you'll learn that you have this ship called the Ark. The Ark is pretty much just this giant rectangle ship. Whatever. It has two of these like transport ships on it that you can actually click somewhere else and they'll move around. Your Ark contains a bunch of these cryopods, and these are people that you can wake up, and you will need to do that because you need people to actually run things in this game. And you'll need to create things like habitats. Like there's a build menu. On the bottom left-hand corner, there's a construction menu. You can build habitats for various resources like concrete, steel beams, computer chips, cryopods, solar panels. So you can build more things on your Ark, which is cool. But typically what you're going to be doing is transferring resources back and forth between the Ark and the planet that you're currently orbiting. So the beginning of the game will have you waking up people from like 1 or 2 cryopods so that you can then bring them down to the planet's surface. And again, to do that, you're going to click on one of these cargo ships, and then you're going to click and drag. And this wasn't very intuitive for me. So you're going to click and hold. Let's say you need some more steel beams. You click and hold, and if you drag down, it transfers it to the cargo ship. Dragging up brings it back to the Ark. So you'll be transferring things back and forth, like population, for example. You want to bring 8 people down onto the planet's surface, you could totally do that, but you need a place to put them. And go ahead and put them back on the Ark. And what you can do is, I'm going to go ahead and just do this without bringing any cargo. This is the part I don't like. Like, the hitbox for this is all over the place. I'm not exactly sure why, but I cannot, and there's no way to enter the planet from, like, you have to find the right spot. And I don't know where that is sometimes. Like, sometimes it was over here. I wonder if it's just the name Haven. That might be it. Yeah, let's try that. That actually might be it. But in order to get down to the planet, you have to right-click on the word Haven. There is a button in the bottom left that takes you back to space, but there's no button that takes you back to the planet that you were just on. So you have to now find the word Haven, I guess, click on it, and boom, you're there again. So, like, I wish there was, for ease of transitioning, just a button back to space, which there already is, and then a back to planet in case I click the wrong thing. You know what I mean? So now that I'm down on the planet, you'll see that I've got similar resources down here. I've got a population of 32. I've got, silicon, concrete, water, and I have an abundance of potatoes right now. So I may want to transfer some back up to the ship because there are people up there that I haven't brought down yet, and they do eat, from my understanding. So I'm going to click and hold. I'm going to click on the ship, transfer some potatoes over to them, and maybe some of this water. And then I'll go ahead and launch that back up into space. and head back. There we go. And it's going to dock automatically, which is good. And I'm going to transfer that water back to the Ark. Okay, so minus a potato. There's not enough room, but they will be consuming. So you're going to be transferring resources from your Ark to the planet that you're over and vice versa. Let's head back to the planet real quick. As far as what you can do on the planet, you're going to build like a central storage thing, and that's what this is. You can see that you have like steel beams, potatoes, silicon, and so on. There is a build menu. Click on that in the bottom left. There's resources like sand pit, water pump, potato farm. Factories, you've got concrete factory, silicon smelter, and then lastly, pioneer camps, which is housing, landing pad, there's storage depots, solar panel, and windmill. And on the upper left, you can kind of see the resources that you currently have, like how many colonists you have. That +8, I believe, is how many are available for work. But that's a bug, according to the text, because it says here, 24 colonists required to operate all buildings, 32 colonists available to work. 32 colonists available for colonists to live. So, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Shouldn't that say 8 colonists available for work because there's a +8 in parentheses here? I'm just like, the numbers on the tooltip and the numbers on the information bar aren't adding up to me. Like, this is very confusing information. I can't tell if I have an abundance or not. Like, I think I have 8 that aren't able, even though it says 32 colonists available to work, I really have +8 because 24 of them are working. So, like, I think that this tooltip text is a little misleading and confusing. If you click on a building, you can see that there's multiple tiers of, like, resources. There's, like, a soy calf and bread. I haven't produced those yet, nor do I probably intend to play this for much longer to do that. So yeah, you're going to build various things, put them down, which is fine and all. One complaint I have, though, is that I'm having a hard time telling whether or not I'm making an income, like making a profit on a particular resource. Like, is one farm enough? I don't know. And the only way I know is because I just have to look at the potato number and see if it's going up or down. If the number is going up, then I'm producing enough. But I want to see like a little +3 or a little +4 or a -3 to indicate that I need more farms. Okay, I want to see that income loss ± number so I can gauge more easily whether or not I have enough to produce something. And in a game like this, which is resource management at its core, that is a feature that needs to be in the game. I mean, if you're going to create a resource management heavy game, then give me the tools I need to track my economy. That's my point there. So yeah, so aside from like this game, like I was on and off, you know, I enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it, enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it. And then there's no fast forward button. So while like, if you're waiting for concrete or you're waiting for silicon, I alt tabbed and I started playing something else while I was waiting. To me, like, that breaks the immersion. So that is a feature I think that needs to be in the game as well. The ability to fast forward so that you don't have to wait around as much. So like I said, I'm not trying to knock the game too hard, but it's also a game I would not play or buy for $15. I can wait for any of the Anno games to be on a sale for $15-$20 and buy that, which is a much more streamlined, a much more, I don't know, stable, and it's a better experience. It's a prettier experience overall. So, I mean, this isn't bad. I'm not trying to knock the game too hard, but I feel like for a resource management heavy game, it's missing some features, some core features that need to be in this, that should be standard. So I personally am not coming back to this game. If you like what you see here, then by all means check it out on Steam. There is no demo. I think that's another problem. A game like this, it's like a minimalist resource management heavy kind of game. Like, I feel like this needs a demo. After 20 minutes of playing it, again, it's not for me. I wasn't feeling it. There are other resource management games I would rather be playing than this. But that being said, if this is your cup of tea, then by all means check it out on Steam. It's $15. I personally would recommend it on a sale. Okay. Well, this is Vince. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all next time. Take care.